Hey guys, Crazy Nova Farmer here. It's been a while since we did a video, but I wanted to show you one of the projects we've got pretty much wrapped up here at the farm, and you can see it in the background. Got a new barn, 42 feet wide, 60 feet long. This is our porch, which is going to be fabulous for, well, just about everything. It's wide enough you can easily park a vehicle on here if you need to, and I have done that a few times. Yeah, and it looks great too. But let me show you inside and we'll show you around. So I built this more for equipment storage than maybe an old school barn, but you can see the equipment in the background, and I think it fits pretty darn well. Now as I walk around, I'm going to turn some more lights on. When I built the barn, I made sure to tell the electricians that I wanted to have a nice bright barn, and I didn't want to have it to be looking too hard for anything that fell on the floor. So they definitely listened, and of course I'm still figuring out where all the light switches are. That's only two of the lights, the light banks up top. We went with LEDs. And I'll go back over here and find the other light switch. Make sure we get them all turned on. And yeah, I'm still trying to figure out where all the light switches are in this place. All right, so obviously I haven't gotten to them yet, but they should be around here somewhere. How about we take a look over here? I've got a 13-foot door over here. That way I can easily pull the tractors in. You can see the old 4630 sitting here. There we go. Now you can see how bright it is with all these different LED lights. It's sort of dark out today, and it doesn't take much to brighten the whole place up. But I did try and put plenty of lights in, and as you can see, I've got plenty here. I figure I'll use this area for any of the work that I need to do on tractors or anything else. We're still moving in, as you can imagine. Gosh, you see a 2590 behind me. That's new since the last time I had a video. Obviously, it's just new to me. And when we move into the office, this is where I'm going to spend a lot of my time when I'm working out here. I sort of forget the widths on this, but it's nice and wide and plenty of room for everything that I want to do. I figure I'll have my computer in here, my desk, and be able to do plenty of work. But yeah, from here I can easily go out our other door. And you can see one of the exciting things that I did put in, which is a mini split. It's not too much fun to have an office if you can't stay cool. Yeah, it's just not all that much fun. So the mini split, pretty nice. Just comes right in here. You can see the mini split up there on the wall. But the other nice thing about the mini split is that I've also got air conditioner in the bathroom, and it's just one mini split. And of course, there's not much going on in the bathroom, but I've got to say, you come in from outside, you need to go to the bathroom. The worst thing is to have a hot, stuffy bathroom. But anyway, so this is actually the only part of the mini split that I run full time. It does a great job for this size space because it's not all that big. But I'll take you upstairs and show you what that looks like. Now that we've got all the lights in the house on, you see that this gives, this is a nice size space up here. It gives a nice view of everything underneath. And everything we got going on, you can see I've got a little project on the air conditioner on the 2590 and all the other stuff that I've got in here. There's plenty more left to move in, and I'm sure it'll feel a lot smaller once we get to that point. But yeah, plenty of room up here, and gives you a nice view out the windows on each side. But before I let you go, I'm going to take you downstairs and show you the coolest part of the barn, which is the Schweiss hydraulic door. So when I was designing this barn, I kept thinking, gotta have plenty of flexibility to move equipment in and out. And when you think about it, if you're going to put in 2 or 3 overhead doors, well, honestly, the cost gets pretty expensive real fast. So why not maximize your flexibility and have a hydraulic door? So important thing with hydraulic door, and you always got to lift your safety post, pin, whatever you want to call it. You got to get that up so it's out of the way. And of course, I always have to look outside just to make sure that I'm not going to beat anything up, because that would be a bad day at the office if you open your door and run it into your truck or anything else. And these aren't exactly cheap, so damaging your door is going to be a big pain. But pretty easy. I'm just going to go ahead and open it so you can see how long it takes. And this thing's 38 feet wide. All right, that's about open from what I can see. Yeah, it's pretty nice. Now I can move anything I want into the barn. I can move anything I want out of the barn and not have to really worry about hitting the side of the barn by any stretch. This is what it looks like from the outside, and you can see how much space it really gives you to pull in, which is pretty sweet. Like I said, I've got some other stuff that's going to get brought in. But overall, I'd say this is probably the coolest aspect of the barn and part of the barn that I like the most. One thing I will point out, and I'll show you what we did. We did have a little bit of flex in the big steel beam that goes across the top. And when I say it's a big steel beam, it's pretty big. We ended up boxing it in to give it extra strength. You can see, if you look up there in the center, you can see where we took steel and we had that steel welded across. And again, behind that, it's just an I-beam. Yeah, just a real big I-beam. And then you can see how the door sits on top, or I should say hangs from the top. And as I'm underneath, if you look up there, you can see the grease zerk, you can see the greased area. You got to make sure you grease those, otherwise you will know it, because it'll pop and sing for you when it gets a little dry. But you really don't have to grease it too often. It's pretty easy. You do obviously need your step ladder though, and easiest access is when the door is open. And of course, you just get under there and pop your grease gun on and go at it. I think it was probably like 25 shots the first time I greased it per fitting. But it comes down real fast. Well, it comes down about the same speed as what it goes up. I'll go ahead and do that, and you'll see it definitely closes with authority. And let's turn the camera around so you can see how that looks. Well, that's the exciting barn. I think it's pretty cool. I'm looking forward to getting the rest of our stuff moved in and getting this place organized so that it's easy to find everything we need and it's easily at hand. So if you have any questions about the Schweiss door, I'm happy to answer what I can because it's pretty sweet. But if you have any other questions about the barn, happy to cover them. And yeah, I hope you all have a great afternoon, and thanks for taking the time to watch this.